We're going to take a break. We've got more to come on 12 in Our Schools. Straight ahead, a return visit from some budding broadcasters. The Mount Olive television students are here to tell us a thing or two about what they've learned. Keep it right here on 12 in Our Schools. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Mount Olive. Today is Tuesday and it's an A Day.
Welcome back.
So Harrison, you're looking pretty green and professional.
Oh yeah, I'm getting excited for Earth Day. Tomorrow is Earth Day, people. Get excited.
So let's plant a tree. Sounds like a good idea?
Yeah, you know what else is a really good idea?
School announcements.
I could see those two on the Today Show in a few years. You're watching a clip from the Mount Olive High School morning newscast, Future Broadcasters in the Making. Welcome back to 12 in Our Schools. Again, that was a clip from the Mount Olive High School morning newscast, and we had them on 12 in Our Schools earlier in this year, and now they're back, getting ready to graduate. They'll be shooting, writing, editing, and anchoring their own material, and hopefully it's prepared them for careers in the media. Hopefully they won't be after my job. Two of those fledgling anchors can be seen in some of the clips you're watching, and they are back with us today. Carolyn Blackburn and Harrison Richland, thanks for coming back to join us. And we also have your teacher with us, Chris Prommel. Thanks, Chris, for coming along.
Thank you for having us.
They have you to thank for all of this. So you sit back and look at your students and say, look what I did.
Well, usually it's look what they did. They're doing all the hard work. You know, I'm just kind of helping them wherever I can.
Okay. And I know we covered some of this ground before, but when you have kids that come to you in the beginning, how do you pick and choose which ones work and which ones don't?
Well, I give all of them the opportunity at all the different crew positions, and whichever they decide to pursue, you know, we really focus on and we make them learn each of the crew positions so they're more informed and they can do whichever one they decide on more capably. But whichever one they decide, I mean, each kid has their own personality, and some people like being on camera, some people like directing, some people like being the camera person.
So they find their own niche on their own. And I want to ask you that first because you seem to be the most outgoing, so I can see you're going to be the on-camera guy.
Well, yeah, I love getting in front of the camera, but like Mr. Pramel said, he doesn't only have us train for what we want to do, you know, he wants us to get every aspect of the studio so that when we get into a field, we know how everything works. And it's really something important that not everyone will learn, especially not everyone has a television program like ours, and it's something that, you know, I cherish, and a lot of people in our school really appreciate what we do. And it's something really nice to have, and something different.
So you're kind of the cool kid on campus.
Sure, let's go with that.
Go with it. Yeah. Well, Carolyn, let me ask you this. You were here earlier in the year. Do you see a change in where you guys were then versus where you are now?
I feel a very more professional feel now that we've been on News 12 because we've experienced live like what it's like to be like here, not just in our own studio. So it was really nice to see how things change from at MOTV to at News 12.
Now, both of you pursuing careers in writing, broadcasting, or what's next for you? You're both graduating, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I will be pursuing a career in writing for film and television. So something to do with, you know, television, and I took a lot away from what I learned in the studio.
Okay. Comedy writing, Letterman, Leno,
that's definitely
like
something I'd be interested in. You know, one of those styles.
Chris, how do you help them navigate where you think they want to be? Do you see them early on and say, oh, this kid's going to be good at this, or this kid's going to be good at that, or you kind of hands off?
A little bit of both. If I really see a lot of talent in a student, I'll definitely let them know that I can see potential in a certain crew position. But if that's what they don't decide to do, even if they have the talent, I mean, I don't try and push them. I let them really find their own spot.
Have you found that to be the case, Carolyn? When you started this, did you say, oh, no, I want to be on camera, or did you kind of fall into it?
No, I knew I always wanted to be on camera, but I did fall in love with like audio, graphics, TD, director. You know, like it amazed me because Mr. Pramel is so, you need to know every job in the industry, that I fell in love with these things I never ever dreamed I would be fascinated by, like chroma keying and keyframing. Like I never thought I would ever know what that is, and I'm a senior in high school, you know, and I know how to do that.
That is how most of us start. We get all of these little different pieces of jobs. It's part-time here, part-time there, and you kind of fall into a groove of what you'd like to do. We've got another clip we're going to take a look at of you guys on the air.
Well, there seems to be like a lot of stuff. I mean, I noticed the Mount Olive robotics team is looking for more members.
Yeah.
There's-
There's like some really good stuff to get involved in. If you're like me, where you don't really like building the robot, they have things like animation, graphics, videos, filming. There's a lot of stuff.
All sorts of things. You know what else has like all sorts of things?
Clubs.
Yeah.
Get involved in something.
You're interested in
A
making a
panache
difference?
there. You're working.
Class councils.
Yeah, I think a big part for when I'm an anchor is about the relationship I have with my co-anchor. It's nice to do it with a friend, and we're put in that safe environment, having our own studio. We can anchor with who we want to, but at the same time, you're learning how to work with other people. On the studio floor, there may be a day when your co-anchor doesn't come in. Right now, I usually anchor with my best friend Jimmy, and so it's something that I can rely on. I know he and I have a really good rapport, but you have to be able to have a conversation with someone, and that's what it takes to be, at least what I think it takes to be an anchor. Being personable, keeping your own side of the conversation, and also having fun with it.
Exactly, and we do much of that ourselves.
Yeah.
And of course, the personality thing is big. And I wonder, from the teacher's perspective, is that something you keep an eye on? Are there people that maybe just don't click that you say, I'm not going to put those two together?
Yeah, I have them audition in pairs for our morning show so that they come in with a partner that they have a feeling that they're going to work out with, because the back and forth, as Harrison was saying, is so important, and that being able to work off of each other and have that comfort on camera is so key. So they do pick their own partners, and they do the auditions, and once they get in, as Harrison said, unless somebody is absent, sick, then we'll have people jump in and we mix anchors around. But other than that, they stay with their anchors all year.
Well, it's a great program. You guys seem to have done a good job. You know what you want to do, and we'll wish you much luck. Of course, you will ultimately have to work with someone you hate. But, you'll cross that bridge at some point, so good luck with it. We want to make sure we mention here at News 12, we actually have a former Mount Olive TV student working here at our station. Editor Jamie Gillette first learned how to edit video, there she is, in her television class, and now she's actually getting paid for a concrete skill that she learned in high school in this very program. So our congrats to her and to you guys. Hope you do well. That'll do it for this edition of 12 in Our Schools, but here's a quick reminder. For more information on anything we talked about on today's show, or a link to information on past programs, check out our website, news12.com. Click on the features section and we'll link you up. Thanks for watching 12 in Our Schools. I'm Brian Jenkins. Until next week, remember, knowledge is power.